When you sleep, you enter into another world. Beyond that world lies the doorway to nightmare. Come in. Welcome. I'm your host through the doorway to nightmare. Perhaps you will remember Stan and Dorothy Peters, or their resident ghost, Frederick Washington Davis? No? Well, it has been some time. Against the wishes of Stan, Freddy, a rather absent-minded spiritual presence, took up residency in the Peters' new home. While Halloween was always a rather unique experience in their home, Stan wants some time alone with his wife.
Now look, Fred, I don't want to argue with you. Dot and I have to get away for a little while.
But what am I supposed to do?
Well, what did you do when you were at the other house?
Well, nothing really. I mean, no one ever came around. I really got lonely, and I was a little scared.
Fred, all that I'm asking for is a couple of weeks vacation.
You mean away from me?
Yeah, not really. Look, you'll have the whole place to yourself. Maybe you can practice some of those tricks of yours.
It just won't be the same. I'll be all alone by myself. What if I get scared?
Fred, Dorothy and I are going on vacation and you are staying here. Now that is final.
Our mystery drama, Haunting Takes a Holiday, was written especially for Doorway to Nightmare by Winslow Swan and stars William Stafford and Crimson McKenzie. It is sponsored in part by Swanage Press. I'll be back shortly with Act 1.
Mystery, horror, thriller, suspense. Novels and short story collections from Winslow Swan, now available from Amazon.
You remember Stan Peters. A small mistake on the part of a friendly but absent-minded ghost named Frederick Washington Davis has put him and his wife living in a haunted house. Of course, his wife Dorothy had some say-so in the matter. It's been a little over a year now since Fred became the resident ghost at 134 Willow Lane, and the Peters are getting ready for a much-needed vacation.
Did you pack the extra socks?
I thought we were going to the beach.
We are, but you want to wear shoes when we go out to dinner, don't you?
Yes, I packed extra socks.
Now, let me see. Oh, the reservations! Did you make the reservations for the hotel? What a trip that would be. We get all the way there and...
I made them last week. I have the confirmation number right here in my wallet.
I love you.
I love you too, Dot.
And I love both of you. So, where are we going?
We are going away for vacation. You are going to stay here.
Now, Stan, don't be too hard on Fred.
Too hard on Fred? Listen, I've put up with him for a year now. I don't mind waking up in the middle of the night to rattling chains and dog howls, but this is our vacation.
So what am I supposed to do?
I really don't care what you do. You'll have the entire house to yourself.
Really, Fred? It is supposed to be our vacation. Both Stan and I have been working very hard lately, and, well, we kind of need a break.
Like, from me?
Yes.
No, not really from you, Fred.
I have a wonderful idea. Why don't I come with you?
Fred, I'm warning you.
I promise I won't get in the way.
I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, don't worry, Fred. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Come on.
Maybe by then you will have perfected that fatal warning of yours.
I've really been working on it.
Work harder. The last time you tried it sounded like Mickey Mouse on steroids.
Oh my, Stan. This is beautiful.
Only the best for my wife.
Yes, sir. How may I help you?
We're the Peters. Reservation, I believe?
I'm sorry. There doesn't seem to be anything on the computer.
Stan, you did make the reservation, didn't you?
Well, of course I did. I told you I have the confirmation right here.
Here, let me see. Oh, why, yes, here it is. Mr. and Mrs. Stanley Peters. The honeymoon suite. That's why I couldn't find it.
The honeymoon suite?
Surprise.
Really, Stan?
Now, don't worry about the luggage. Our bellhop will bring it up. That's room 1413. Wait a second. Let me check that again.
Is there a problem?
Oh, no problem. I just realized that room 1413 is being repaired. Let me see. Oh, dear. That seems to be the only room available.
Is there something wrong with room 1413? I mean, I thought it was the honeymoon suite.
Well, that's really just a title.
If that's the only room you have, then we'll take it. Repairs or not.
Yes, you are right. Not a problem. Take these up to room 1413.
Did you say 1413?
Yes, I did. Enjoy your stay, folks.
This way. Well, guys, here it is. Through there is the bathroom, the bedroom, a kitchenette, and a small living room.
Aren't you going to bring the luggage in?
Well, if it's all the same to you, would you mind if I just left it at the door?
Oh, I'm sure that we can manage. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, just a minute. You seem awfully reluctant to even step inside this room. Afraid the floor might fall in?
Oh, nothing like that, sir.
Then what is it?
I give you nice folks one night before you head out. Most people don't even last that long.
What? Why?
Because of what's in here. We normally don't rent this particular room out because of
Because of what?
the ghost. It doesn't like people.
I must confess, I have always wanted to stay in a hotel that had a reported ghost problem. I'm not sure how much sleep that I would get, but it would be interesting. For Stan and Dorothy, a ghost is something that they are already used to. Or are they? I'll return with Act 2 shortly. Mystery, horror, thriller, suspense.
Novels and short story collections from Winslow Swan, now available from Amazon.
Stan and Dorothy Peters are taking a much-needed vacation for the first time since meeting Fred, their resident ghost. However, they have been told of another ghost that possibly inhabits their hotel room.
Shall I carry you across the threshold?
Put me down, silly.
That was a wonderful dinner.
I'm surprised you had the energy to even pick me up.
I'll be in my 90s and be able to do that. Oh, but this bed sure does feel good.
Wow. It really is nice. I wouldn't mind having this in our bedroom.
It is quite comfortable.
Fred! How the hell did you get in here?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I've been here ever since you got here.
I thought that we all agreed you were to stay home.
You're right, you did. I found out about a new clause in the orders.
What clause?
Well, once you both decided that I could be the resident ghost, no matter where your residence is, that's where I'm supposed to be.
You mean just because we take a hotel room for 2 weeks, you have to come along as well?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Even though you changed the residence, I'm still the resident ghost.
Okay, fine. I get it.
Oh, don't worry. I won't make a sound. I promise.
You're darn right you won't. Now, go to the living room and get out of our bedroom.
Do I really have to? I mean, I won't take up much room. It is a king-size bed. I could just stay on this side.
Fred, I don't mind you living with us. I do mind you materializing in the bathroom right after I've had my shower.
What did you say?
We'll talk later.
Now look, Fred, if you don't get out of this bed, and I mean right now, I'm going to find the nearest exorcist. Understand?
Oh yes, I completely understand. Gee, it sure is dark in here. That shadow by the window looks a little darker than the rest of the room. Oh no.
Knock it off already. It's 3 in the morning.
That isn't me.
What are you doing back in the bed?
I heard something in the living room. It was a scary growling sound, kind of like the sound Mrs. Peters' stomach makes before she starts yelling at you.
Dot doesn't yell. We have discussions.
They're very loud discussions. But then after she eats something, everything is quiet again.
Stan, you're snoring again.
No, Fred's working again.
It isn't me, I swear.
Fred, you're supposed to be in the living room.
I got scared.
Scared of what? Yourself? Who was that?
I think the question should be, what is that?
Stan and Dorothy, eyebrows furrowed, stare into the darkness, trying to determine the source of the strange sounds. They look at Fred, who shivers slightly. What could scare a ghost? We may find out in Act 3 when I return shortly.
Hi, it's Crimson. If you enjoy these plays, please hit that like button. That way we know. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with all your friends.
The sole purpose of Stan and Dorothy Peters taking a vacation was to get away from their resident ghost. However, Fred has to be wherever their residence is, even if it is a hotel room. Now they are faced with another ghostly problem, and Dorothy is determined to find out what it is.
Hi. You said something yesterday about not being able to stay overnight?
Yes, ma'am. I'm surprised to still even see you here.
What is in room 1413?
Well, ma'am, management doesn't like us talking about it. It seems that it's haunted.
By what?
Well, no one really knows. Some of the people say it moves things around. Others say it screams and moans. I don't think that anyone has actually seen it.
I think I know someone who has. Fred, you're the only one that can do it.
I don't know, Mrs. Peters. I don't think that I can.
You are the only one who can. Now look, you should be able to scare it off, right?
I wasn't able to scare mice out of that old house.
Try, please.
Well, okay. Now look, you. I'm coming in there, so watch out. No, sorry, couldn't do it. Not going in
Fred,
there.
come on. You can do this.
Okay, I'll try. Beware. Be prepared to meet your fate. Beware.
Hi. How did you get your voice to do that?
What?
How did you get your voice to do that? I can only moan and move things around. That was pretty cool.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Sally.
A little girl? Fred, you were afraid of a little girl?
Well, she wasn't so little last night.
How did you get here, honey?
Oh, I was assigned here. To be honest, I really don't like it here. I wish they would move me somewhere else.
Dot, what are you thinking?
Well, at least Fred could.
No, absolutely not.
But Stan, she's just a little girl.
She's a ghost. We already have one.
It's all right. I don't mind staying here.
Stan, how can you be so cruel?
Me?
I agree with Fred. Stan, she's just a little girl.
I wouldn't be in any trouble. I promise.
That's what Fred said.
Well, sweetie, do you think that the head office will allow it?
Yes.
This is 645-8391?
What can I do for you?
Well, is this the party to whom I am speaking with?
Whom did you want to speak with?
Well, sir, are you alive?
I really do not wish to get into that.
Well, we have a question about a little girl, Sally.
Is she the unhappy spirit at the hotel?
Right. How did you know?
We always watch out for the younger ones.
Well, is there any way that she could be transferred?
Not unless the paperwork has been approved. There is a 150-year waiting list for new transfers.
Give me that phone. Now listen, you. This little girl needs some place to go to, and we want her to stay with us. Now, you do whatever you have to do and let her come to our place.
Do you have any idea who you are talking to?
Look, you sent Fred to a burned-out house, and we took him in. That was your mistake. Don't make me hire a medium to hunt you down.
That's my husband.
Oh, well, they could have my badge for this, but I will do my best to expedite things.
I love to go on vacation, but I very much enjoy coming home.
Me too. It's nice to be home again.
It certainly is.
You really do have a very nice house.
Thank you.
Oh, Fred, can you teach me how to do that thing with my voice?
Sally and Fred have managed to stay out of the way of Stan and Dorothy Peters. They do have a great time using their ghostly powers to scare away would-be burglars, much to the relief of Stan and Dorothy. Halloween is still quite fun, and I will return shortly.
Mystery, horror, thriller, suspense. Novels and short story collections from Winslow Swan, now available from Amazon.
There have been many stories that involved hauntings and ghosts. Most of them are about malevolent, restless spirits that can either hurt or help. I would like to think that if a ghost were to invade my home, it would be something like Fred. How about you? Our cast included William Stafford, Crimson McKenzie, Raymond Gibson, Mark McLain, Mark Wheeler, and Carter Sheriff. The entire production was under the direction of Winslow Swan. And now, a preview of our next tale.
What are we going to do, Brad?
I don't know. We just have to keep our voices as low as possible.
I just want to go home.
I want to go home as well. But no matter how much I row, we aren't going anywhere.
Doorway to Nightmare is brought to you in part by Swanage Press. This is your host, inviting you to return with us through the Doorway to Nightmare for another adventure into the world of your terrifying imagination. Until next time, slumber peacefully. Epilogue. The butler did it.